Hey, what is up guys, and welcome for another build for Strangers of Paradise. I hope everyone is enjoying the final DLC and having an amazing time with the game, especially with the new guns. The guns are just so amazing. I really hope that this is not the last time we see Team Ninja use guns like this. Their gameplay is just so fun. For those who may have thought that the guns are not very mobile, especially seeing the gambler build that I made, well, this build will change all of that. Also, many have been asking for an updated caster or mage build, so this build is for those magic lovers as well. With the big change made to the Chaos Bringer, we can now do everything that we could have before. Chaos Bringer is not exactly the way it was, especially for magic users, but I feel the new changes that they made to Chaos Bringer is actually really good. Chaos Bringer now just has a ridiculously long duration, like insanely long, to a point in which I feel Chaos Bringer has a longer duration than Lightbringer if you use it with 6 bars. Before, if you had Dragon Trials on buff durations maxed out, Chaos Bringer would have only lasted like 5 seconds. Now even in the maxed out trials, it can last for quite some time. With the Dragon Trials maxed out, we are still able to kill at least 2 bosses before Chaos Bringer runs out. Without any trials at all on buff duration, we can kill up to 3 or even 4 sometimes. Sage overall is just an amazing job, even though magic may not be the strongest in the game, just for the sheer fact that you're so mobile and can literally attack bosses from different ends of the arena. Just look here, I'm at one corner of the arena and the boss is all the way on the other end. It is so safe and super easy to take out any boss in the game. And now, since we are using Chaos Bringer, we don't need to worry about any cost reduction on our spells, or use Lancet to regen our MP. Since our MP is pretty much free, we are now able to charge our spells super quickly with the reduced charge speeds. Just look here as to how many times I can spam Meteor. I can literally charge it in like 1 second every time. You can hit every single spell with full charge if you wanted to as well. So excited to share the build with you all, so let's get right into it. As our main class, we're going to be using the Demon Lord on the Sage, and for our secondary we will be using the Shadow Master class on the Ninja. The Ninja is by no means the job that you need to use. You could use any other job if you prefer. Cyclic Warrior is a great option with its recent changes. Gambler as a secondary is never a bad idea, so choose whatever you like. Ninja is good to have as you can easily reach max MP at the beginning of the fights by chain cancelling, as well as getting the ability to nullify 3 attacks. 3 attacks may not seem like a lot, but sometimes it can make a big difference. Also, with the new abilities from the Gambler job, we can chain cancel and not only increase our max MP, but also refill our MP with every chain cancel. With this, we don't even need the cubes to refill our MP, so this is great even outside of the missions and in the Labyrinth where you don't have cubes to refill your MP. Since we use Chaos Bringer, we have changed up our affinities on the secondary job. We now have a new combo with 600% Berserker and 600% Cyclic Warrior. They both have changes made to them in this recent update, which their effects will proc regardless of what bringer you have active and on any soul burst or Lightbringer activation. So what this does is on every soul burst we'll get the effects of Lightbringer from our Berserker. Then with the Lightbringer activation, we can proc all of our soul shield effects because of our Cyclic Warrior. These both will work together to proc our soul shield effects for Bahamut, which will increase all of our stats. We probably won't get to full 20 stacks, but by the amount that the stacks offer, it really doesn't make a big difference. For the other affinities, we get 600% Samurai. This will proc all of our parry effects when a combo ability effect is triggered. I just have this itchy finger now to always start a fight by inflicting Inking Envy, and now we can do even better. We can now inflict the debuff from Alexander along with Inky Envy, so a double debuff. The first combo slot on the Ninja has a combo ability effect, so it will always proc parry effects and Alexander when hit. But remember, you still need to be in close range to the enemies, otherwise Alexander won't get inflicted. We have 600% Summoner, so we can increase potency on our summon blessings. And finally, at least 250% on our Void Knight for increased potency and MP recovery effects. On our gear pieces, make sure to get Luck and Lightbringer duration for maximum effect on Chaos Bringer. You won't really need cost reduction on your abilities since you have infinite MP. Some soul burst recovery can also be a good option. As for an accessory, we need to have Inky Envy on, and along with that, we will have the Alexander as well as the Bahamut Summon Blessing. Since we have these 2 blessings on our accessories, we are free to use Leviathan as our main blessing from our gear. Here's a look at the Masterpoints for the Ninja. Now for the main Demon Lord class. With this new DLC, we got new 800% affinities. It's actually really not necessary now to go crazy and get all sorts of different affinities. Remember, just pure stat bonus like intellect and strength will increase your damage a lot more than anything that is percentage based. We don't need to get a large number of different affinities. Sometimes just greatly increasing only 2 affinities are all you need. So for this build, we have Sage set at 3000% affinity and Black Mage set at 1500% affinity. Sage and Black Mage will offer you the highest amounts in both intellect and spirit, which is what we need for our spells. With the Sage, we can use our potions to refill our MP if we ever need it. And with the Black Mage, we get bonus intellect stat on our abilities and bonus intellect on Soul Shield. The only 2 other affinities that I got is Tyrant. You will need this at 400%, so every time you hit an enemy with a status effect, it will critically hit. And finally, we need to have 600% Summoner so we can increase potency on our summon blessings. You don't need to go crazy with the affinities at all anymore. Just maxing out on 2 or maybe 3 is all you need. Remember, whatever increases this number the most is important to have. For the weapons, I love to use guns, but you can choose whatever that the class offers. I'm just having a lot of fun with guns right now, and they also have some sick abilities you can use with all the intellect we have stacked up. If you really want to use guns and the abilities, then just make sure to add in marksman affinity and bring it to 400%, so we can use all of our combo abilities on the gun. The damage from the guns will fall drastically as you climb the labyrinth, so in the end your main stage spells will be most powerful. On the gear, we get as much as you can on damage dealt and charge time reduction on magic sigil. A few with gun combo ability damage can also be good if you like to use guns. For the stats, we will get intellect, then either agility or spirit, then the last one with the best damage dealt bonuses. Now for the accessory, this is where everything will get interesting. We are using the Lionheart accessory to get invincible skill. With this, we'll be immune to all damage during Lightbringer. Then we have 3 summon blessings. We have Odin, in which inflicting enough physical damage, the enemy will get a debuff and be vulnerable to all attacks. Shiva will inflict a slow debuff on critical hits, and then Bahamut will increase all of our stats on Soul Shield. And then finally the 4th one will be the form on our gear, which is going to be Ramu, to inflict paralysis from all of our combo abilities. All of these summon blessings make boss fights super easy, and especially in their second phase. You can proc all of these debuffs and effects with just one move on the gun, and that is the aim. Here's a quick look at what you can do. As you fight and you start a boss's second phase, firstly you hit it with your ninja with Enki Envy and Alexander. Then we straight away cancel into the Sage and we go into the combo ability with aim. That will hit it with the Odin debuff while also getting paralysis from Ramu. Remember, gun bullets are physical hits, which is why Odin will get inflicted. Paralysis has a very small duration and will knock the bosses out of any attack animation, in which time the slow debuff will build up with critical hits with the Shiva blessing. Odin actually counts as a status effect, which will make all of our attacks be critical hits and proc the Shiva blessing. All these things together will make bosses super slow to use any more attacks during their phase. Sage can't really kill so fast, so we use clever tricks to kill the bosses. Bosses just move so much and so fast that most times you'll just be dodging their attacks. Death Machine is a good example. As soon as the second phase starts, he just goes crazy. Getting the slow and paralysis on it makes killing it a whole lot easier. For the command abilities, we use Lunatic for faster attack speed and Teleport to get around and dodge enemies more easily. We then add in Barrage to get more attacks based on agility, so even adding in some agility on the gear won't be a bad idea. Here's a look at the master points for the Sage. That is everything that you'll need to put this build together. Here's a quick look at the monsters I used. We have Id, so I can get more spirit and increase my Tyrant affinity, Aether for more intellect and Black Mage affinity as well as his magic damage dealt, Dawn for Gambler affinity as well as a buff duration and the Ultimate and Invocation affinity, Jester for literally everything, intellect, Sage and Void Knight affinity, and damage during Lightbringer, Behemoth for Summoner affinity and reduced stat and combo bonus and more damage to bosses. That's all you need for the monsters. When you go into fights in the Labyrinth, always make sure that you use Chaos Bringer from your ninja, proc all your command abilities and then go crazy. If you can, hit it with Enki Envy before you go into your Sage. Once that first boss and that first phase is dealt with, it's really easy from there. Second phase starts and quickly hit it with Enki Envy and Alexander. Go straight into aim from your Sage, hit it with every single debuff and paralysis, after which your spells will do the rest. Make sure you have your stage job ability equipped in your combo ability slots, so you can use it straight away. If there are more bosses spawning, you can easily kill any boss before it even spawns and starts attacking by endlessly spawning meteors where their spawn position is. Keep doing it, and as soon as the boss spawns, target it and all your meteors will hit the boss's location. First phase of any boss is absolutely stupid. Guns do really well with mobbing and can be good for bossing as well. They're really good at break damage, so add in some more agility if you want to. To constantly spam your abilities on your guns, make sure to dodge out of it at the end. For abilities like the Soul of the Phoenix, after using it, it will go out of aim mode and you'll have to re-enter it before using it again. So to avoid that, make sure as soon as the Phoenix is out, dodge to keep staying into aim mode and launch that attack again. Magic builds aren't the easiest or the strongest in the game, but they surely are the most fun, and now with guns, we can do even more. I had to experiment a lot to see how we can get the damage really high on all of our spells, and with this new icon gear, we can do just about anything. Even if we don't have all the blessings, you will do really well. Hope you guys enjoyed the build. I had an absolute blast with this and I have a lot more builds to come. Both my Berserker and my Breaker builds are ready and will be coming out soon. What would you guys like to see? Let me know. I would love to hear from you all. I will catch you all next time.